Welcome to episode 1 of Fiercely Unfiltered. I want this to be a space that inspires others to stick up for yourselves, to believe in yourselves that you can handle anything that life throws your way, and that is, it is your decision on how you respond to things. You don't have to meet evil with evil. You don't have to treat others the way they treat you. It is your decision the type of person you want to be. And it's their decision the type of person they want to be. I want this to be a space where nothing's embarrassing. Everything in life is just a part of the journey. Life's hard, and life is definitely not fair. My life has taken some turns that were completely out of my control. Life has humbled me greatly. I am someone who has always worked very hard for everything I have, but I've always been able to accomplish a lot. I was in the military for 8 years, and that was one of the best decisions of my life to join the military. It taught me that the mission is first, that everyone leaves their feelings at the door because the mission is the most important thing. And it's all about how you show up for your team and how you guys all work together for the common goal and you make it happen. Because if you don't make it happen, people die. And that's the reality of the military. So I've always thought I was a strong person, but through this journey, I've realized that I've been strong in the absence of vulnerability. I'm not someone who shares my problems. I'm not someone who asks for help. I'm not someone who will share what I'm going through. I always looked at vulnerability as weakness. Everybody has problems. Why do other people need to worry about my problems? But what I'm learning is that's not the best way to go about life. That's a lonely road, and it makes for a road of misunderstanding. It's hard for people to understand other people if they don't share some of their story. So I don't want my story to be a sad story. I want it to be a story of someone who thought they had it all, had their life together, was married to what I thought was my forever, and I had that taken from me out of no decision of my own. And through that situation, I felt sorry for myself. It took me a long time to not feel sorry for myself. And to be brutally honest, I still cry every day. Even when I'm happy, I still can choose happy, but I still cry every day. I don't know why. I'm hoping they say that you know when you're healed because you can tell your story without crying. I'm hoping this podcast helps me through my journey. I am a 47-year-old female. I'm an Army vet. I am completely starting over. I'm completely alone. And that's a scary space to be. And it's also a space I never thought I would be. I never thought I'd be the person who got betrayed and left. I didn't think that was my story. That's definitely something I also learned in life. Never say never. I've also learned that words are powerful, that your words have the power to destroy someone, or they have the power to bring someone up. At 45, I was bullied as an adult in my workplace. It was something I've never really experienced before. I've always been someone who doesn't let people disrespect me. I always like to confront head on, look the people in the eye, have communication, because with communication, that's when understanding happens. I went to everybody I could when I was being bullied. I went to HR. HR was a problem also. I went to my company board. They were a problem also. It's very scary when the protection put in place for you wasn't helping. And it was a time where I was in a very low place. And I just needed people to meet me more with understanding and kindness. But people always look at situations where there's weakness to see how they can benefit their own agenda. And that's a sad place to be. The company I created, where we had a shared mission, now is a place where bad habits and bullying and exclusion was thriving. I tried to stop it, but instead I was met with restraining orders and hate. I would go home and cry myself to sleep. I would think the thoughts of killing myself, but I didn't just have thoughts of killing myself. I had thoughts of killing other people before I killed myself. And at 45, with all the life I've experienced, for me to still have those thoughts because of how other people were treating me was scary. And thank God I have 21, 22-year-old son. I would never put them in a situation where I did something like that. But let me tell you, if I was a teenager or a child and I was enduring that, and I went to the people that were supposed to help me, and instead they turned on me and were siding with the predator or the victim or that person doing this, that's a horrible place to be when the people that are supposed to help you aren't helping you. And we need to get to the root of the issue of the people treating others like that. Because if we didn't have that initial action, there wouldn't be these reactions of hate because they're being treated so badly. So I know everyone focuses on the person pulling the trigger, but there's a reason that person's doing that. And I want the world to understand that you have no clue what someone's going through. You could look like the strongest person in the world, but they could be broken. And that one thing you say to them either pushes them off the edge or it changes their whole life into a positive way. And I never want anyone to have to feel the way I felt, ever. And if me being brutally honest and sharing with others the way words affect you, maybe it'll make someone think twice about saying that 2-second thing that makes them feel better. But you got to remember, I used to always say, I hope you feel better from the 2 seconds it took you to tear me down, because those words are going to be something that I have to fight a lifetime to forget. And I might never forget them. And those are one of those million thoughts that I've learned that they don't deserve a second of processing in my mind. And when someone says something cruel, it just goes in one ear and out the other because their opinion of me isn't my reality. I've also learned that feelings aren't real, that everybody has them, and they're actually the goggles of how you see the world because of your experiences. And that do not define who you are based on the opinions of others. Those people's resume is not better for you to take the advice about yourself from them. They probably don't even know you. And let me tell you this. The people who were most to give me the opinion about me, when I needed help and I called them for help, they wouldn't help me. So the only opinion that matters about yourself is yours and God's. And just remember that. Live this life the way you want to live it. Treat others the way you feel others should be treated. As an example, how other people should treat other people. Don't meet them with how they treat you. We're going to let evil win. If every time an evil person's mean, we're be back. That's not how we want to live. So I just want grown-ups to understand, don't act the way we're trying to teach our children not to be. Because people need to lead by example. They need to walk the walk, talk the talk, and we need to try and make this world a better place. So I hope my show is a place where people can come and we can talk about the storms, but we can also celebrate the strength it takes to keep going. Because that's a lot. It takes a lot of strength to keep going when you feel completely alone. It takes a lot of strength to keep going when you get up and you go and you're met with no one likes you, you're a fucking idiot. That's hard. And who are you to be the person who wants to make someone else feel like shit? So if you take anything from me today on episode 1 of Fiercely Unfiltered, be kind, be the light, be the example that you could still be positive in darkness and that the storm will not last forever and that everything in your life is designed for a purpose. You might not understand today what's happening today in your life, but it's not your job to understand. It's your job to show up every day and be the best person you can be and try and make someone's life better every day if you can. And this will be a better place one day at a time, one act of kindness at a time. Hope to see you guys next time. Thanks for joining in to Fiercely Unfiltered.